Hello, I'm Danish from the Economic Times Telecom, and today we have Mr. Tarun Chhabra, India Head of Mobile Networks. We are going to discuss India's 5G journey and Nokia's play in the 6G domain. So, Tarun, I would like to understand, how do you see India's 5G journey so far?
When Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched 5G last October during the same venue, it was not even foreseen that India is going to roll out one of the biggest networks in the world outside China. India together has done almost 350,000 sites of 5G in an unprecedented speed and span of only last 12 months. That is not heard anywhere. Just to give you one comparison, in European countries, many of the countries do only around 3,000, 4,000 sites in a year. So you can understand what kind of scale we have done. This was not possible without the support of each and every person involved. Government is involved, DOT was involved, all other bodies are involved. The right of ways, which was done in an extremely fast manner, all CSs put together, ecosystem of services, which India is the best in the world. All this made us successful that now this 1 year is behind us. Now we have done this, there is a next phase. The next phase is that how to improve the customer experience, how we go to next phase and how we monetize this network together so that we can really achieve the dreams which the government of India has set for all of us. I think we are heading in that direction. There are new applications which are being discussed. There are applications with reference to FWA.
Sure.
There are also applications with reference to industrial experience. I think the focus is going to shift in that direction.
Right. So telecom operators are talking about 5G monetization. As you mentioned, FWA is one of the key use cases. Which are the other ways through which telecom operators could think about 5G monetization? 5G is considered to be an enterprise technology. Do you think that enterprise could play a big role for telecom operators to monetize this opportunity?
Very good point. I think there are two parts of it. Let me go to FWA a bit more. Now we know that India is like still bandwidth starved country. We are not able to reach all the rurals with a huge bandwidth which is possible with the 5G network. I think now if we talk about FWA, using the network slicing and FWA, we can reach around 70 to 100 million houses, which is going to be something very, very unique, because there are some markets like in US as well, where FWA is very successful. In 2022, they have done a huge rollout on FWA. I think now we have to work together using these features, which are slicing features, and maybe also coming to a very right point of price point for FWA. With these put together, there is a huge possibility that this network can be utilized. We have built it, now we utilize it, and we give these services to rural areas and sub-rural areas. This is going to be a huge success. But coming to your second point, which is also very important, on non-CSP, on enterprise kind of business. I think if you see manufacturing sector, defense sector and railway sector, there are already some projects which we have done. We have done very good project with Delhi Metro already. Now we are taking it to the next level, that how there can be a massification of using this in the manufacturing sector and then railways and defense. If you talk about these three opportunities and the way 5G gives you security, I think this is going to be a huge opportunity for India. It might take some time, maybe it would take 6 months, 9 months for 1 year. But I think in a span of next 1 to 2 years, there can be a huge massification of these kind of solutions. And then there's going to be a nice potential which can be realized from 5G. All of us are working together, actually get to that situation.
Right. Nokia recently announced opening up the 6G lab in India. And globally also a lot of work is being done on the standardization process of 6G. So how do you see India's role in playing India's role in the 6G standardization process?
I think Nokia is a huge contributor there. We are part of many bodies around the world. We have done a lot of work with the US government as well. And I am proud to say that Nokia is the first vendor to demonstrate the 6G sensing here. And we have the first lab which is already inaugurated by Honorable Minister. I think our journey in 6G has just started. But as we see that there's a huge focus from Government of India to work together to reach a level of 10% of IPR from India. I think we are working very closely with many bodies. And if we start now and we actually work very well with all global environment, India can play a huge part in the coming years for making India as a strong base of 6G, R&D, product manufacturing, and then of course application. I am really excited about this. We have demonstrated this yesterday. I think we are going to work with all the relevant parties to make it even a big success for India.
Right. We discussed use cases and the monetization. How important do you think the collaboration is in the Indian telecom industry to find out the relevant use cases so that telecom operators could monetize their investments, and obviously the society could get the relevant use cases?
So I think if you see between last October and this October, there were many sport players, there are many startups who have showcased the use cases in the health industry, in agriculture. I said manufacturing is also one of the field. So I would say that we already have a proof point that these are possible. The main thing is that how all of them come together to have a massive question of this. I think the main mantra for me is that how to really make it a scale. No, we can do it, we have shown it, we have demonstrated it. Now it is to convert that into a scale. Now who can come together? CSPs, vendors, startups, government doing financing, and some initiatives of that nature, so that you see that at least these are going to become a big volumes at the coming time in 24 and 25.
Right.
That is where we are going to work together, all of us, to make this as a success.
Right. One last question. What sort of trends you expect to come out from the Indian telecom industry when it comes to use cases or consumption patterns or anything else?
So I think the consumption is going up. The subscribers are going up. We are at this point of time close to 100 million subscribers. I feel that in this festival season, they are going to go further up. There's going to be a lot of purchase happening on handset. So I would say on eMBB, it is going to go up in the span of next 3 to 6 months. And then there are some other features coming like carrier aggregation coming properly now, in the span of next one quarter or so. Handset features also coming together. I would say that next year you will see the huge rise in consumption being subscribers. That is one the part of this effect. But I think if we talk about other fields, if we talk about defense, railways, and the way there can be productivity which can be increased, efficiency which can be increased in ports and in manufacturing, when the users will realize that, they themselves will be interested to have these features being used for increasing their productivity.
Right.
So I see that in 2024, there's going to be huge boost in all those things which can help increasing the overall requirement and also monetization for CSPs, which is a very important thing for having the second phase of 5G deployment.
Right. So on that note, let's conclude this chat. Thank you very much, Tarun, for agreeing to doing this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. All the best to you.